Welcome to Revit Tutorial 1. So once you open Revit, you want to create a new project. So under Models, you want to select New, and you want to select the metric architectural template and click OK. So once that's opened up, you'll be greeted by your working plane, and on the left you have your properties and your project browser that allows you to sift through views. And on the top ribbon is all your drawing essentials for modeling and just editing. Um, and now we want to open up a 3D view, which isn't in the default browser, but we can have click on this little house here, which will bring us into a 3D view. And you can use your scroll button and shift scroll to rotate and drag, using the uh, scroll button to drag into your 3D view. So Revit works in a plane by level basis. So these are your levels, and they create sort of working planes for your elements to sit on. And so before we start building a building, we want to go to Massing and Site and make a topo surface for your building to sit on. So to make a topo surface, you select on this option here. But before that, we need an instance to draw those topo surface with. So we can get some contour lines for that topo surface by going to Google and searching up Auckland Geomaps. And the first link, you can click on that and open Geomaps. So this is a map provided by the council that you can extract data from. And so under Legend, you can open up contours to see contours, and you can select on aerials as well to see maybe where your site is. So you can zoom into your site or search up your site up here in the search bar. And so maybe just zoom in anywhere. And you can use this tool here to extract data. So you select on that, and they'll create a pop-up for the data options for selecting data. So here, the layers of data that you can extract. So we want contours and maybe address building footprints if you want, or aerials. Aerials are good for maybe site analysis. You can get an image of your site. So also before you extract your contours, you want to make sure that the features is under the AutoCAD DWG, just so that the file is transferable to Revit. And you also want to add your email so that so the data knows where to extract to. And so once we got a site, under the clipping area, we can click on this draw tool to select where your area of data you want to extract. So you can draw that out and then double click to complete. And now you've got a selection for data, and then you click extract to have it sent to your email. You can also redraw it by clicking X and then clicking it again. And once it's arrived in your email, you can download that file and it'll appear into your downloads. So in Revit, you can go under Insert and Link CAD. And this will allow you to link a file, a DWG or even an AutoCAD file. For example, if you're working on an AutoCAD and you link that file to Revit, that file, whatever you've updated in the AutoCAD file will update in Revit live as well. So that's what linking does. So you'll get a zip file once you've downloaded from your email, and make sure that it's outside of the file is outside of the zip file, so extract it so that it's not been compressed. So so once you got the DWG, you can select that and open, and your contours will be inserted into your working view. So now in Massing and Site, we can draw that topo surface using those contours. So select Create from Import and select Import Instance and select the imported instance. And so we just want contours to be ticked because that's what we're drawing from. So click OK. The topo surface is drawn. And click Finish, and we can see our topo surface. So we'll just take away these lines now that we've used them, and we can just hide them by right-clicking and then selecting Hide Elements. So our topography surface is a little bit higher than our working plane, so we want to move our working plane closer to the topo surface. And to do that, we can go into an elevation or a section view. So we just select one of these elevations. And then if you go Control Select, you can select multiple and just drag them together upwards, and using Shift to hold them in place. If we go into our 3D view, we can see where it's cutting the topo surface or sitting against it. And it's sitting quite close to it now. And it would be a good point to add a building pad. So under the massing and site, there will be a building pad option that will give us a base to place our building on. So if we click that, we'll get given these little drawing tools to draw our building pad with. So we'll just use the rectangle for now to draw a building pad. So we can just draw it right onto the topo surface. Just click one into another, and then we can click Done, and we'll have a building pad sitting on the topo surface. And now we can build part of our house. So maybe under Architecture tab, there'll be a wall, and you can click here. And with the same drawing set of tools, you can use whatever tool. I'll just use a rectangle to draw across our building pad. Our walls are currently unconnected, so we want to Control Select multiple, and we want to make the constraint so that it sits within the two planes, so maybe level 2. Yeah, you can make it sit on multiple planes later. So here's our walls. So you can edit these walls types. So if you select on a wall, you can go drop down from the properties, and you can select maybe external wall, a curtain wall, and this allows us to. You can see that it's changed into a different wall type. And if you want to add doors and windows, you can do so by under the Architecture tab, you can select door, and you can just plop them on. It will just automatically snap right onto the wall, so you can just place them there. And the same with the windows, you can just snap them anywhere, as long as it has a wall to stamp onto. So walls and doors are part of a family, so they're all individual family categories. So this window, if you wanted to edit its size and dimensions, you can go under Edit Type, and you'll see there's a Dimensions tab on this window. You can edit these dimensions, and so when you click Apply, you can see that it changes the window size. And they're all linked together because they're all the same type of window, and we've only edited that one type of window, so they all sort of linked and changed. And you can do the same with your door types as well. And there'll be under Edit Type, you'll get another pop-up, and you can edit thicknesses as well as the dimensions. Click OK. Okay, now that we know how to do windows and doors and walls, we can add in floors as well. So under Architecture, you can make a floor. It'd be easier to work on a plan view, so we can jump to our next level to draw our floor. So level 2. And we'll zoom into our building. And so under Architecture, select Floor. And we can draw it manually using the same tools, and you can use rectangle, and you can draw that against the inside of your walls. And for example, if you made a curved wall, you can use the pick lines tool to select the curves instead of drawing the lines manually. For example, if you click the pick lines, you can just pick the edge of your wall that you want. And for if the pick lines doesn't intersect the lines, so to intersect the lines and easier, there's like a tool here called trim. And if you select the two lines, it will intersect those lines automatically. So you don't have to manually move the lines back and forth to connect. Okay, once all the lines meet, you can click finish and you've drawn a floor. So there's our floor. We can also make a void within the floor just by double clicking to edit again. So we're just using the same few tools. You can draw the shape of your void. So maybe just draw whatever shape. And we've cut a hole through the floor. For example, if you wanted to insert stairs, this is how you create an opening for the stairs. Now to put a roof onto your floor building, we could just use level 2 for now. For example, so under architecture, there's a roof option, so you can just select that, and that allows you to draw a roof. So we can just use these rectangles, and we can maybe overhang that roof, and then we can click done. And then here's your roof. But if you want to create like a gable roof, you can double click that again, and you notice that these little triangles on the lines, these indicate that the line is defined by a slope. So if you don't want a, um, a line to be defined by a slope, you can unclick that under here, define slope, just untick that, and maybe do that for the same for the other side, so that those edges don't slope. And now you have a gable roof with only two sides that slope. If you wanted to edit the angle of the roof, you can do so by clicking under the dimension slope. You can edit that angle. 45, hit apply, and that will just alter the angle of the roof. Notice that the walls are not connecting at the moment, so we can just select multiple walls and select this attach to top base option, and that'll select to the roof. Okay, so that attaches to the roof once you've select on the roof. We can do that again. So just select the wall and attach to top base and select on the roof. And that should attach to the roof. So to create a section box, you want to go into your properties and look at section box. And if you tick this, you create a section box. Usually it's hidden, so you can click on this little light bulb to see what's hidden, and you can reveal it again. So here's your section box. If you pull it in a little, it will start cutting into your elements. Yep, so here's sort of a cutout of the sides. You can see this, the site being cut into. We can cut into the building as well. Yep, and so now we can have sort of a perspective section of your project. You can also move down these so it can cut through the roof. So now we want to know how to add in some stairs into our building. So we can start from the level 1, so the starting point of the stairs. is on level 1. And you also need to make sure that there's a floor to sit the stairs on. So in level 1, you want to draw another floor so that the stairs can sit on. So we're going to grab the floor and just draw in the floor. Click OK. Yep, and now we have a floor for that stairs to sit in. So now under architecture, there's a stairs option here. You just select on stairs, and then you just select your starting point, and then just drag it up towards. But before you draw your stairs, you also need to look at your constraints to see where your stairs will be meeting. So this is the top level, level 2. Maybe the next level up, you select that one if you had multiple levels. And you can also select your type as well, but we'll just select for level 2 for now. And these are your options for drawing your stairs as well. But we'll just go for the default version. So you just click one point and then you just click to the end of how many steps are needed. So in the 3D, we can see where our stairs have been made. If you click done, you can see that, well, it's not in the right place right now, but we can go to level 2 and just shuffle that towards our opening. You can also delete your handrails or like change them as well. Under properties, you can change their type. And that's how you do stairs. And if you wanted to add to print this view, just angle it towards how you would like it, and using this cube. And under sheets, we can create a new sheet. Just right click sheets and new sheet. And you just click OK. And you'll be given a default title block by the Autodesk. So now that we have our sheet set up, we can drag and drop our 3D view. We can also lock this 3D view by selecting this little house here on the bottom, and you can just click on Save Orientation and Lock View. And just type in maybe ISO. And that will just lock your view so that you don't accidentally move it around while it's placed in the sheet. Yeah, and that's the end of tutorial 1.